Nothing to do with that. It was DEI. They just hand out those degrees.
Don't take my word for it. Look that mess up, please.
Yeah.
To people of color and women so that they can reach their quotas.
Tourists in Puerto Rico set fire to multiple businesses. So the white woman in question was drunk at the bar and was asked several times to leave. The cops came, they didn't do anything. They thought there was a big joke because they were laughing, so they let her go home. She came back a few hours later, making another scene. And after the businesses closed, she came back about an hour later with a can of gas. Then we see her burning down the bar, and this fire got so big that it burned down several businesses in the area. The family, who this was their livelihood, and it took years for them to build, lost their bar, Bar Maria, and their gift shop. These businesses were also a large employment engine for the community. Now, thanks to Dinesh, we already know that the woman is Danielle Berthothy. I think that's how you say her last name. Frankly, I don't give a damn. But apparently, she's also changed her name on social media to Danielle Renee. And when Dinesh questioned her on social media, she blocked him and deleted her social media. Now, here's a better picture of her that Dinesh got. And according to authorities, she's already left Puerto Rico and is back in Missouri. The families have started a GoFundMe to help rebuild. You know where to find the link. And this is a TikTok, I believe, of one of the companies. They've been posting the videos if you want to follow them and support them as well. This woman needs to be found and charged to the fullest extent of the law, even charged with a hate crime. This is a white woman from the U.S. doing this to Puerto Ricans who are U.S. citizens. But again, they don't see brown people as citizens of the United States. She, in her white supremacist mind, thought she was well within her right to do this because how dare brown people tell her what to do? So seriously, TikTok, let's spread this around to make sure that she is found and held accountable. So
Yeah. I don't know if it's as deep as what he's saying, but the selfishness of this is crazy. I was reading this article. It happened a while ago, and it's a really crazy ass story, bro. I really don't like how people can feel like they can go to like the Caribbean or whatever, go to other countries and wild out and you know not expect to have any consequences of it. Like, I don't know, man. You're having a good time. You got drunk. Somebody hurt your feelings, and you decide to burn the place down. And you're like, shit, I could just go back to the States. I'm good. Like, I don't have to worry about it or whatever. Like, what a crazy story, man. There's so many narcissists out there. There's so many, like, extremely selfish, individualistic, freaking sociopaths out there. Yeah, this person needs to be held accountable. This is a crazy story. Y'all look this story up because it's crazy. This is a true story and it's crazy. Comments, it says, I don't wish death on people, but if she can't pay up the money and the damages she made, oh well. I can't believe she made it out of PR safe. Her actions are unforgivable. Another one, is she getting arrested or what? And that's what I would like to know. What is the follow up to this story? Did they find her? Like, how can the people in Puerto Rico hold her accountable? From so far away. She's probably going to get away with this. I hate it, man. I read a book about. I have it. If I had time, I'd go look for it and pull it out. But it's about how the West exploits like places like the Caribbean, and they treat it like their toilet bowl. Like they use the people and they use the environment. It's colonialism that has continued, and people don't really realize it. And this book was kind of trying to get people to understand, you know, like their actions might seem like it's not a big deal, but it really is a big deal. Like, you know how like people go and they, we talk about sex trafficking and underage sex trafficking and all of that kind of stuff, but that's really common for a person to come from the United States and go to somewhere like Cuba or Puerto Rico, to have sex with possibly underage people or whatever, or economically disadvantaged people. And it's like these people don't have a lot of ways to make money. And someone coming from the States willing to pay them more than they would make in a week or 2 weeks at a local job to do something terrible. It's like how you have these women who go to like Dubai. I don't know if you've heard these stories about the women who go and there's a fetish that these people, they like to poop. They like to poop on the women, and they get off on that. And so these women, they're getting paid. It's really rich folks, super rich, with this weird ass fetish, and they go over there and they get pooped on, and they get paid like a lot of money. I don't even know what point. I've lost my point now. Like the image of that has really just made my mind go blank. But economically disadvantaged folks being taken advantage of, being used, being degraded is basically what I'm trying to say. And it's the same way as like Trump saying Puerto Rico is a trash. What did they say? Was it Trump? I don't even know if it was Trump who said it. What did they say? Trump, Puerto Rico is a floating garbage island or something like that. And it's like, that's the perspective, that's the attitude that these people have. And it's really, really, really sad. It's really horrible. It's ugly. And it's left over from this colonialism mindset, Comments. It says, why isn't the FBI involved? She resides in the States and crossed the national border. Yeah, I don't see the FBI getting involved in this, because then what would they, what motivation would they have to solve this? Another comment, it says, I live in the town next to this monster. Do you mind if I tag the local news so maybe they can cover this? I'm deeply sorry for the families that lost their livelihood, and pay the GoFundMe leads to a new chapter in their life. Pray the GoFundMe leads to a new chapter in their life. What a terrible story. Another comment, it says, small victory. She was already fired from her job. Now let's hope she's held accountable and arrested. Another comment, it says, I just saw they found her, but the police in Missouri won't do anything. Another one, why was she even allowed to leave Puerto Rico? Yeah, I wonder what it would feel like to be in a Puerto Rican prison. Another comment says, don't forget 45% of Hispanic men voted for Trump. You get what you vote for. I don't know how that's related. Another comment, if she's not MAGA, I will be shocked. Another comment, PR is part of the U.S., so Missouri State Patrol, PD, should cooperate and help find, convict, and extradite her. Yeah, but they are territory, U.S. territory. So that's the same reason why I don't see how, the FBI probably doesn't have jurisdiction. Like, it's going to be different because of this distinction of Puerto Rico being a U.S. territory. And see, that's another thing. What I mean, like, about the exploitation of these people, their votes don't matter, like they don't have no real representation, like, because they don't have the status of being a state. And it's sad. It's really sad. Let Puerto Rico be their own country, or let them be a state. You got them in this limbo state. This limbo space of in between a state and a colony. Like, which is it? Another comment says, honestly, I blame the police and PR. She should have been arrested. Stop playing like these people don't mean harm. I know she was out there threatening folks at the bar being a super Karen. Yeah, super Karen. I'm sure that's what it is. An educated and united